Hey, hello everyone. Vegna Prime here, gonna bring you a quick archer guide. Maybe you're thinking about getting the archer, want to know what the archer is about, or maybe you have the archer and you want to know how to optimize doing damage for the archer. So here's a quick guide. First, we're gonna go over the abilities. You got your siege stance and you got your basic stance. Your siege stance is your ultimate. You crouch down and you're able to fire your burning shots over and over again. So before you use siege stance, make sure you can take the time, because you can't move. You have to dash or reactivate being hit L2 R1 to get out of the siege stance. So make sure you will be vulnerable. So make sure before you do that, you are in a safe spot. Alright, you got your abilities. You got your burning rapid fire, costs 200. Which that is burning rapid fire. My recommendation, don't use burning rapid fire just to use burning rapid fire. Wait for the free proc that you'll get as an archer. And when you get for the, where is it? Oh, it says actually on burning rapid fire. I'm sorry. Fiery arrow, aim shot, wildfire arrow have a 15% chance, and single shot has a 4% chance to activate burning rapid fire for free for 20 seconds. It can hold up to 3 charges, and while it's active, the next burning rapid fire does not consume concentration and its damage increased by 50%. So don't use burning rapid fire unless you see the burning rapid fire symbol on the right side, and it'll show a square, and that means that you'll be able to use it. So before you use it, make sure that you're also in a safe spot, because you can't really cancel it. And then you have your electric barrier, which will stun enemies, and while you're inside there, your aim shot has a 40% more chance to crit, and the regeneration rate of your concentration is increased by 6 times. Easy target, piercing shot removes all burning effects from the target and inflicts additional 600% damage. And bullseye, aim shot, 100% more chance to crit. The archer does have some gimmicky things that they can do. So if I can lay down a gas cloud, sorry, I hit the wrong button. So a gas cloud disorients them for 10 seconds, allows you to get out of there, do some damage, keep your survivability a little bit. It fires a special arrow that creates a gas cloud with an 8 radius in the indicated area, reduces the move speed of all enemies, and disorients them for 10 seconds. So a little survivability for you. Jump shot and backflip, I honestly really never use these. They are, in my opinion, very situational. So if I was to jump shot, it would give me a little bit, does some damage, knocks them back, gives you some distance. And then you have your jump shot, which gives you some more distance and you can do damage. So it's kind of situational. I find I never really use them. Maybe if the time is right, yes, use them, but overall I generally don't need to use them. Maybe harder content I might need to start using them, but as far as right now, I don't need them. Then you have your single shot, piercing shot, and rain of arrows, also known as arrow storm. So you have your normal shot, which does your damage. You got piercing shot, which does damage, restores concentration, and you have your rain of arrows, which is AoE. So I can go over here, use rain of arrows, and it does AoE damage. With rain of arrows, if you hit R1, go to your fire arrows, do your wildfire arrow, which will explode and put fire damage on all the bad guys, and then your next arrow storm will do 500% more damage. and as you can see, that almost killed all of them without even just because of that proc from the wildfire arrow. So these guys are new. This is just regular arrow storm. As you can see, it only does a little bit of damage, but let that guy kill him. So I still have, for the next 6 seconds, I have the proc. Oh, what? Okay. Alright, let's try that again. So wildfire arrow. Kill them all. And because of that bonus, almost killed all of those just on that. So it does do makes rain of arrows significantly more damaging. Alright, and then you got you can swap to electric arrows or fire arrows. Electric arrows, in my opinion, are pointless. I mean, very situational. If I hit it once and I fire it, it's going to put a dot on that enemy, and it will do a chain lightning. Very situational. The dot really doesn't do much damage, and for 80 concentration, I'd rather hit R1 twice, do an aim shot, and I could do significantly more damage than the dot for that will do. The other, if you hit R1, second charge, does almost like a AoE type stun, and it'll stun them for 2 seconds. So that's very situational as well. And this is your basically free death move, gives concentration back. So if you can, I recommend doing it just for the extra concentration. As far as bows, there's 3 different types of bows. You have lower target defense, damage when combat starts, and range damage. I always use range damage. Damage when combat starts, in my opinion, isn't worth it, because you're only going to get that bonus for the first 8 seconds of the combat, and unless they're going to die within 8 seconds, you lose that damage bonus. So I'd rather stick with a constant damage throughout the fight. Now, lowers target defense. It didn't really work for me in this test area. Maybe it has to be in a group environment for it to work. But doing some testing, I waited for this damage buff to go off, and I got the exact same number as I did with this. So I'm thinking that maybe it's only when you're in a group that will take effect. So I have to do further testing, but as of right now, I only use the sniper bow. For my artifacts, solo play, I like Skull of an Immortal. So when their health is by less than 30%, I do 12% more damage. If I'm in group content, I like the Bloody Blade. It'll give me, as long as I don't take damage or have control effects applied to me, I will get a 6% damage increase. Obviously, if you guys have higher might, it's going to be a higher increase, but right now for what I got, it's a 6% increase. Other thing I like is the Fragment of Destruction. If you got this, it's almost the exact same. Damage dealt is increased by 6% if the character has not been attacked for 5 seconds. So essentially, they're pretty much the same. Alright, so for AoE, my rotation is R1, R1 to fire arrows, and then I do my wildfire arrow, and then I just do the arrow storm, which will pretty much kill them most of the time. And then if they're not dead, then I just use my aim shot, and if I get my free proc, I'll use my free proc until they're dead. And that's pretty much my AoE rotation. And then after 10 seconds, if they're still alive, you can reapply your wildfire arrow, reapply the arrow storm, and just aim shot. Now for bosses, what I like to do, if I'm playing solo, it'll change. You gotta try and do your best, but because you're by yourself and you gotta move and try and avoid damage. But if you're in a dungeon and you can sit there and the tank has all the aggro and you can sit there and be that cannon in the back, then the rotation I like to use is I like to start the fight with my wildfire arrow, and then I like to do the rain of arrows next. So it's wildfire arrow, rain of arrows. Now, because I do have the fire on, so I can do my free proc. Now, if you notice, you always want to keep your fire proc on at all times. And once it's at like 1 to 2 seconds left, then you want to do your piercing shot, take off that, and then reapply your fire. Also, if your electric barrier is up, go ahead and drop it, but I like to make sure that after I do that piercing shot and I take away that, then I'll reapply my fire, then I'll drop it, so now I don't have to worry about the 12 seconds that I'm in here. I don't have to worry about the fire dropping off. I can just sit here and do my aim shot, get that 40% crit chance. And if I get that free proc, I don't use the free proc while my electric barrier is in there, because my aim shot is going to give me a lot of damage. So now that once I get out of it, make sure I got that reapplied, then I could use my free proc. And that's essentially for your single target rotation, is keep your fire proc on. You know, you want to use those aim shots. You're gonna need to spam your just your regular move to get concentration up. When you have enough concentration, you want to use your aim shot. Aim shot is going to do your most damage. Take off that proc, reapply fire, and use my free proc, and that's it. I think I covered everything. If you guys have any questions or comments, please write them down below, and I will answer, because maybe I didn't get everything, but I think I did. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please give me a like, thumbs up. And then if you'd like me to do another class, I'll do another class for you guys. Alright. See you all later.